full of nothing but goodies coming all the way from the Copper Belt. And we will definitely make it a point that you enjoy the ride with us.
This is Kitwe calling.
Very soon, I will be interacting with you. I'll give you the number to call us on so that you are able to feel the power with us. And that is how it goes. Good morning to you. Now, I will tell you that I have been on this journey with a very good friend of mine. He calls himself an old school newspaperman. But believe me, he's got radio in his heart. He comes from Ghana, but he calls Zambia his home. The name might ring a bell considering that he wrote 2 columns a week for the now defunct Post newspapers for almost 18 years and has been a teacher of journalists since 1986. His name is Edem Jokoto. Edem and I have traveled extensively around Zambia on assignment, broken bread together in some pretty strange places, and we have had some interesting adventures on the road together. And he has been part of the setting up of this radio station. We owe this success to him.
Culture Radio is here.
My name is Edem Jokoto. I hail from Ghana, I live in Zambia, and work across Africa and beyond. You could call me a citizen of the world.
Africa, oh Africa, my motherland.
I'm an old school newspaper man who stumbled into radio purely by accident. And before I knew it, I was producing, scripting, and even hosting a live radio show. I'm happy to be part of Culture Radio on 105.7 FM in Kitwe and the Copper Belt.
Kitwe, are you listening? Dola, are you listening? Mufulira, are you listening? Venta Copper Belt is listening.
Well, I may not be here in Kitwe as much as I would love to be, but when I can, rest assured that I'll be bringing 40 years of active media experience to the party. I've been a DJ since I was 16. I'll turn that figure upside down and that will give you my age. That's right, 61 and counting. When it comes to music, I keep it tight and old school.
Let's rock. Culture Breakfast Show. Kitwe calling. This is Kitwe calling. Kitwe calling. Culture Radio, a culture of good radio. Kitwe calling. The Culture Breakfast Show. For joining us on Kitwe calling. The Culture Breakfast Show. This is Kitwe calling.
And that's a journey that I've been on with my good friend Edem Jokoto. And I want to tell you that we have done quite a lot in terms of making the media grow in this country. We have talked about how to develop it. We've talked about music in the media. We've talked about training in the media. We've talked about journalists. We've talked about radio, TV, online, newspaper, anything, you name it. That is how the game has been going. And I owe it to you, buddy. Get well soon. I know that he is not feeling too well. I spoke with him this morning. We said a prayer together, and I want to believe that he is on the way to nothing but mending.
Culture Radio is here.
Hello everyone, my name is Boyd KAIMBI CHIBALE. I am so happy to be a part of Culture Radio on 105.7. I'm a broadcast journalist. I love making radio programs, doing news, playing music, and many more.
Your systems are offline. Kitwe, are you listening? Dola, are you listening? Mufulira, are you listening? Venta Copper Belt is listening.
I'm also into arts, theater arts in particular. I'm an actor, a producer, and a director. I love movies. I love action movies, like real action movies, like... I love music too. I listen to a lot of reggae music, lots of it. And I love our very own Zambian music, starting from the 1950s to date. I just love our indigenous music. I speak Bemba and English. I understand Nyanja, but speaking is a bit of a challenge. People always laugh at me when I attempt to. I'm learning Lamba, and yeah, we are in Lambaland, so I have all the reasons to learn Lamba, and Lamba is just sweet. So, namishukisha ni mwana mwa byangi bonse mwilamba nato techa kuti.
Culture Radio is here.
So yeah, that's me, and I'm loving Culture Radio on 105.7, a culture of good radio.
Kitwe, are you listening? Ndola, are you listening? Mufulira, are you listening? Venta Copperbelt is listening. 105.7 FM. Culture Radio is here. This is Kitwe calling. This is Kitwe calling.
There we go. This is Kitwe calling. Wherever you are, whatever you might be doing, this is 105.7 coming to you live and straight from 5435 at Tweed Court Close here in Riverside. We're just off Limpopo Drive. We call the place Culture House. Come and join us. And in the meantime, the show continues. Now, this is the time when we talk about something deep. We sink our teeth into today's talking point. And today, I have a cultural talking point, one that has to do with a practice steeped in Bemba tradition and deeply rooted in Ichupo. Ichupo meaning marriage, the institution of marriage. The practice is an acknowledgement of how well a husband fulfills his obligations and responsibilities to his wife and to the family he marries into. And I'm not an expert, but I know from adults that this practice is called a mateveto. In other words, a man marries into a Bemba family and throughout his married life takes good care of his wife and her family is there with them through bad times and good times, of course. And after years of such consistent responsible behavior as a husband, the son-in-law, brother-in-law, his wife's family show their appreciation with a ceremony called a mateveto. What happens there? They bring a variety of foods. To the best of my knowledge, that is what is to be a show of appreciation. However, today many confuse this with another ceremony where a woman's family take food to her husband, and this family would do it in form of appreciating the husband, but actually it is given a different name. And this one is called the Chilanga Mulilo. So the two are confused instantly. Now, Zambia has a diverse cultural heritage, and most ethnic groupings do have similar practices. A friend and colleague of mine, Matongo Maumbi, comes from the southern province, and I caught up with him and asked him if a mateveto or anything like that exists where he comes from. He comes from the southern province, and we had a little discussion about this, and this is what my good friend Matongo had to say about this.
I'll start with maybe from what our colleagues in the northern have as Chilanga Muliro. In Tonga, this is alien to our tradition, but we can see that a lot of people are actually now doing that. The closest we have in the southern province is what is called as Gusinsa, where the bride's family gets to introduce itself to the groom's family. They get to bring different kinds of people from the family that are brought forward so that the groom's side can appreciate normal and nothing special about it. So it's just a normal meal that people can eat every day. However, we do know that culture is dynamic, and a lot of other tribes have embraced the Chilanga Muliro, and in all respects, it can be good. What's important is to merge what we have with what we borrow. For Tongas, let there be Gusinsa, proper introductions of relatives and the food.
Kitwe calling.
I love the emphasis that he puts across there, but I still had another question to him. What about Amatebeto? What does it really mean where you come from, Matongo?
Years into marriage, there comes an appreciation of the man in an event called Ihungu or Gahibyo. This is what in Bembaland is called Matebeto. During this event, relatives from both sides get to formally meet and greet. The wife would then offer some special beer to the husband and for the first time address the husband by the first name, that is Matongo and not Matongo. They are now friends. A variety of traditional Tonga food is introduced or served to the husband's family in appreciation of their son keeping their daughter very well. So in essence, these traditions are quite similar. It's just in the practicality of all.
Kitwe calling, the Culture Breakfast Show.
Interesting views there from Matongo Maumbi. Thank you so much, Matongo, actually, for responding to our questions. Now, for the talking point, what I find culturally questionable, and I know many others will agree with me, is how many local restaurants serving a variety of local foods call the service they offer as matebeto. Is this right? Should it be allowed to go on, considering that something as important as a matebeto is this bastardized and this commercialized to the point where it reduces the significance of this very important cultural practice? Now, this is a very big question. And our production team took to the streets of Kitwe to find out what people think about this. And these are some of the responses that our staffer Diana got from the people on the streets.
This is Kitwe calling.
Amatebeto, that's where we honor a man. Saying we really appreciate you have kept our daughter so well, and here we are now, we are bringing you Amatebeto. We are saying but now you go and call a restaurant saying Amatebeto. That's why today I think the moral value of the things that we believe in has gone down.
The word itself, Amatebeto, is misapplied when you use it at a restaurant. Because in the first place, who is being tebeted there? And nobody tebeta pacha. Which family is hosting, is bringing those so-called Amatebeto? To who? None or it's just a misuse of the word.
Because Amatebeto, ni ile kwati waletebeto umuntu wabomba kuri family ya mukashana. So iraba bare macha matebeto uri onzo umuntu ngakonekera ko fyonze vile vyabo bifisanga pali aba matebeto yari ari kusana so relation abakachinje bakafuwaye kwishina limbi
ifyakulyanga bayipika fyakulya fefira fine ni mu restaurant tureshwa kiri mu restaurant batukulemba kwati amatebeto ni fyalubana matebeto yabandi.
So it is not correct to use the two terms matebeto and the restaurant interchangeably because they mean two totally different things.
This is Kitwe calling. The entire Cooper Belt is listening. 105.7 FM. Culture Radio.
So to be honest, I'd like to hear from you as well. What do you think about this? I'll be opening the phone line so that we can interact about, and talk about this subject of Amatebeto, Chilanga Mulilo, and Amatebeto, the restaurants where we go to eat Mishima. We were at one of them just the other day, and we were just trying to observe what was going on there. So now, tell you what, you can interact with me on a 0968 068084. 0968 068084. Did you get that one? 0968 068084. Call me or text me, not WhatsApp. Text me or call me on this number and we will be able to talk about this subject. But in the meantime, I want you to think about this and I will get closer to your thoughts.
This is Kitwe calling.
We are talking about Amatebeto and how this cultural practice has been stripped of its cultural significance for commercial gain. If you were listening and want to add a tungwe to the discussion by calling in, please, you are free to do so on the number 0968 068084. 096 068084. That's the number that you can catch us on.
This is Kitwe calling.
As you're putting your thoughts together, I must say that we have been on a very interesting journey from the time we started constructing this place. And I just want to play something for you in the background so that you know where we're coming from and how people have played out in terms of relating to one another and, just being colleagues on duty. And this is what has been happening. In the meantime, the number you can call me on is 0968 068084.
Radio. This is Kitwe calling.
Take up team. I'm ready to go. Let's see IT, but
Radio. This is Kitwe calling.
So there are actually arguments that go on in the background there. You know what? Those guys were actually constructing a God's house here, and they were busy arguing about measurements there, here, and things like that. It was all interesting. So our producers actually went out with a recorder there, and they just stood there recording whatever was happening. We have a lot more that we'll be sharing with you in terms of construction of Culture Radio from day one until today, including pictures. If you go to our Facebook page, we'll be sharing quite a lot of them. And you are free also to come down here and see where we are and just interact with everyone who is at Culture Radio. We will be happy to have you here.
Thank you for joining us on Kitwe Calling, the Culture Breakfast Show. Kitwe Calling, the Culture Breakfast Show. This is Kitwe Calling. Kitwe Calling, the Culture Breakfast Show.
In the meantime, I need a lot of music. And this goes out to one Ras Mwepuka Wungwe, who has worked extremely hard behind the scenes to create the ambience and the interior decor at Culture House. Now, if you see some of the pictures that we'll be posting from today onwards, you'll be able to see the interior decor of Culture House. It looks like a bush, actually. I mean, it looks like you're in the village. We have impasa all over. What do you call impasa in English? Reed mats. We've got reed mats all over. And we've got ifikopa. Ifikopa actually are just offcuts from pieces of wood. They're quite rough. They're not very attractive when you look at them. So it may not be a very good side, but this is what we picked because we wanted to just look like, ordinary, like out of this world. And this design was by a guy called Mwepuka Wungwe. He's an artist in Lusaka, one of the great guys that we know, and he helped us. So if you want to see all this thing that we are talking about here, please, you're free to visit us at 5435 Tweed Court Close off Limpopo Drive in Riverside right here in Kitwe. The next song, I want to send it out to Ras Mwepu. It is called I'm Not Ashamed of the Gospel of Jah, and it is done by Shashamale.
I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jah. I'm gonna preach the gospel of Jah. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jah. I'm gonna preach the gospel of Jah. Before the Jews, I will preach. Before the Gentiles, I will wisdom.
This is Shasha Mali. Shasha Mali comes from Ghana. His real name is Julius Amusa Seki, and is commonly known as Shasha Mali as his stage name. He's a Ghanaian reggae star. The song is I'm Not Ashamed of the Gospel of Jah off the 2007 album Lost But Found. Now, thank you so much to those of you that are sending in your messages. I give out a number on which you can call us. That number hasn't rung yet, but our inbox, both for Culture Radio and personal, are flooded with messages. Let me read out a few. A good friend of mine from Malawi in Lilongwe, Blessings Flow. Thank you so much. And he says all the best with the official launch today, my brother and friends at Culture Radio. Thank you so much. Blessings Flow is from Access Agriculture, and we'll be partnering with Access Agriculture as Culture Radio to do programs on agriculture. Thank you so much, Blessings, and I really appreciate. Constance Banda of Luanshya. Congratulations, Culture Radio. Welcome on board. Thank you so much, Constance. I'm glad you're listening to us in Luanshya. Francis Kitwe. Finally, Culture Radio is here, getting you loud and clear as I head for work. Thumbs up to you and everybody at Culture Radio. You know what you have done in our careers, and the rest is history. Thank you so much, Francis, for sending us a message. I'm really humbled that you are listening. Let's see what's on the other side of the phone. Okay, these apps, you have to flip here and flip there for you to get to what you want. Karen Lucy Mulali, my former boss, my former beloved boss. We are getting the culture fever live and direct. Well done. Thank you so much, Karen. When I started broadcasting, these are the people that welcomed us with both hands, and I'm so happy that she is giving us support. Great. Now, I did mention earlier that we do have a team of dedicated people at Culture Radio who will be helping us to churn out everything that will be coming out on radio, editorially, entertainment-wise, and of course, information-wise. And I do have in the studio with me now the station manager himself. No, we don't call him station. What do we call you? What do we call you? We call you the
station's operations manager.
Yeah, station operations manager.
It's station's manager. Yeah.
Yeah, basically that is it, right?
Yeah. I don't mind if I steal the position of station manager.
but essentially that's the position.
That's the thing.
Because you're the man who runs this place, and everything is under you. You're responsible. You are the one who has made us be here where we are today. But let me ask you a question. What does this make you feel?
Oh, it's a serious moment for me. I mean, we've been talking about Culture Radio coming on board, and today is just the day. Today we will be out there on the airwaves. We are resuming operations, and everything that we've been talking about Culture Radio today is just, being put out there on air. So you can sample our programming. I believe you heard Mr. Chibale. You'll be doing the breakfast show for starters, and you'll be joined by other people. Tentan Banda is my name, and I'm station manager. I'm basically the person that is tasked with running the day-to-day operations of this radio station. I also double up as head of editorial, so I'm also in charge of whatever goes on radio.
So you've got quite a huge responsibility here.
My shoulders are tasked with that, and I believe I'm equal to the task.
These things come with responsibility, and they come from God. And you have a team here that you'll be working with. Talk about the people that you have here.
Yes, we have a dedicated team with us here. We have about three. We're starting with 3 reporters for starters, and we have about 5 presenters that you'll be hearing as the day goes through, because some of them will put them on air today. We have people in different departments. Obviously, not everyone will be on the airwaves, but we have people in the background that are helping us, just to put things in order. And as the breakfast rolls, and you'll be putting them on air, and you'll be having a feel of 1 or 2 people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. How many people are you working with right now?
So we have started with a team of 10 people. For starters, that is full time, and we have an additional 5 as presenters, so which brings us to 15 people. Yes, that's a team that we'll be starting with.
Okay, sounds a bit huge, but I think that's a number that we need, and probably we need a lot more people.
For now, we'll start with those, but as we go ahead, I believe a lot of people will be joining us.
One unique thing that I've noticed is that we've got diverse, talent among the people that you have, and many more are coming, and there's a mixture in terms of age. Talk about that.
Yeah, so Culture Radio being an interest, a public-driven, radio station, and also attaching the cultural aspect, we thought that if we get people with different backgrounds, people who grew up in different areas, people that bring different aspects to radio, we thought that it will help us, in coming up with the content that we put out there. So yeah, you'll be hearing from the people that at middle age, if I may put it that way. You'll be hearing from the young people. You'll be hearing from, journalism, the way it goes, it also carries with it the interest that you have as a human being.
And people who've actually never been on radio before, and they're doing this for the first time. So if you were in university, you were going to call them freshers, right?
Yes. Yeah. So all those you'll be having a feel. And what we're saying now, I believe when they are on air, then you'll be able to tell. Then you'll be able to tell, say, okay, this is what they were talking about. Yeah. So we want to give people a chance, and other than Culture Radio being a broadcasting institution, we also want to, incorporate the mentoring aspect. So we mentor people that may not be quite well acquainted with radio, but we give them the chance to do their start.
Great, interesting stuff, and I know that as we start broadcasting today, people will be expectant. How many hours are we going to be on air? What sort of programs are we going to be doing?
Yeah, so today we started with the breakfast show, and we might not be in a position to do all the programs that we had outlined, but starting Monday next week, I believe we'll have a better picture. So today, after the breakfast show, obviously we are going to have the mid-morning session. There will be a presenter that is lined up for that. We'll have the news at 12:30. The news is coming your way. For now, I think we'll be only having one broadcast, that is the 12:30 main news. But as days go by, we'll be having all the three bulletins. And we will not start from 6 up to, we will go up to midnight for starters, yes.
Okay, great. So that will mean 18 hours of broadcast.
18 hours of broadcast, yes.
Yeah, but why is this design? Why is it like that?
Well, we are given that leeway by the regulator, the IBA. For a baby radio station, you may put it that way, for people that were just starting like ourselves. Yeah. So we are given that, but what I should make mention here is that in the long run, we will be a 24-hour broadcast radio station.
So it's one baby step at a time until we get
that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Then we have had quite a number of support streams from various people.
Okay.
To be where we are today.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about them?
We have to mention those people. Yes. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for the contribution, material, and even otherwise in terms of contributing to where the station is today. So am I allowed to mention names?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Some of them wouldn't love to be mentioned, but we feel we should mention them.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe let me just put it this way. For a startup like this one, there's a lot that is required.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and you need help. Every help you can get, and let me just mention Mr. Cosmas here. Cosmas Chileshi has been an all-weather friend. Cosmas, I believe you're tuned into the radio station.
I hope he is. Cosmas has been driving us around, and we go to Peak Furniture, and he's there.
We call him our all-weather friend.
He's our all-weather friend.
So many gratitudes to you, Cosmas, and we believe that you are part of the Culture Radio. You are part of the journey, and we consider you as an elder brother, and I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for us. Every little detail that I might not even go into details.
Oh, by the way, he should not stop. We should tell him that it's not the end, right?
It's not the end.
We still need our hands to be held.
We talk about building synergies in as far as running radio is concerned. Those are practical examples in that regard. So yes, Cosmas and the big man with the furniture.
Yes, Mr. Munya. Yeah, Mr. Munya of MCD, MCD Engineering, MCD Mining, Ego's Guest House. I mean, he's been so fantastic. I mean, if you walk into our office and the first office, okay, it's reception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then after reception, we've got marketing office there. You find a very nice glass table there. Special donation by Mr. Munya.
Mr. Munya.
Mention, I mean,
Oh,
this
goodness.
thing.
I mean,
So all these people have played a role. We must also mention the landlord. I mean, he has been gracious to give us this place.
Kazabu. Him is our Ambuya. He's
Yes.
our grandfather.
Yeah, and when he's not here, we're missing him. Actually, you know, the other day I was telling him, you didn't come to see us the other day. I was like, no, I was home. I was resting. I said, no, but you needed to be here. Remember,
we are so used to having him around, and we always look forward to him. And he's helped us in some of the critical parts. You know, we are here talking on radio because of him.
and actually driving us to the transmitter house when
That's
we
the
were
thing.
off air the other
At
day.
a very, very critical moment in time. So, Mr. Lakson Kazabu, many thanks to you. And I believe you are actually providing the space for us. So, you and us, we see symbiotic.
Exactly, and we shall continue to be grateful. Many other people that are on the list, I think, will include Mr. Weston Mutaleboa, spiritual guidance. He's been here praying with us from day one. I remember gathering and holding everybody's hands and saying, let's pray for this project to succeed, and we prayed. Thank you so much. And we'll be coming actually to do some programs with us very, very shortly. Bunny Kangela we were together in primary school.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Bunny Kanjala, a friend of ours, an artist, a playwright, a play director, an arts administrator, has been very, very instrumental in helping to shape the dream of culture, to think about what sort of content we should have on the radio, and things like that. And I think it has been very, very wonderful having him around as well. So we thank you. And by the way, he's going to be hosting a show on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. So earlier, you remember we spoke about having different age groups coming through, and it helps us in terms of the diversity of the content. So he's one of those that we expect, even in the grooming aspect, for the young ones that are coming through on radio. Looking up to him.
We must also thank people in the board of Culture Radio. Mr. Lukezo Juwaki, the board chairperson, very supportive, giving us money when we are out of money to run around, giving us fuel, giving us food when we don't have food in the institution. Sometimes because we're working throughout, and as you are constructing, you need to eat, and so you guys have run out of food. Okay, I've sent you some money to buy food. So thank you so much, Lukezo. A friend of ours from years ago, from when? 1996, if I'm not mistaken. He's been a great buddy, and we thank him so much. Costa Mwansa, the CEO of Diamond TV, who's also a board member. We thank him so much for the support, morally, financially, and spiritually, and for pushing the drive and for giving us the inspiration to be where we are today. Mara Michello is a board member, the only female in the board. An African icon in terms of journalism, and she's been all over training people, and she has been pushing us and giving us the oomph to be where we are today. So Mara, we thank you so much for being there. But I must say that we are heartbroken because one of our board members, who was our legal advisor when setting up this station, was shot dead near cabinet office, and this is the late Mr. Nsaman.
I think a lot of people can remember that story, the sad story.
Yeah, and so we owe it to him, because when we started this process of putting all the legal documents together for us to obtain a license from IBA, he was very critical in this whole thing, and we just say may he so rest in eternal peace. But personally, may I thank you guys for the sacrifice that you have gone through. I mean, this is Tantani. I'm not trying to embarrass everyone at Culture Radio, but I must mention, sometimes you guys have gone without pay, without money. We do not have food, but you have stuck on.
Yeah, the sacrifice is worth it, and this is the day that we are looking forward to. That is why, out there in the background, you played a sound bite about how people were feeling about this. So we were looking forward to this day, and I believe it is out of the vision that people have. People want to be part of Culture Radio, and today is that day, and we feel that the sacrifice was worth it.
It was worth it indeed, and all the benefits that will come out of this will definitely go to the members of staff here who have been very, very instrumental. I mean, they've sacrificed from March last year to be with us and to see us through up to this day. So this is entirely their project, your team's project, because they have sacrificed for it, and I think all credit goes to them.
Goes to them, yes.
Our good friend and mentor and teacher, Adam Jokoto, he's home. He's fighting cancer. He's been fighting cancer for the last 5 years. It's been a struggle for him. He has been with us from day one, helping us to design our editorial structure, editorial programming, including conducting training, the first training that we did with our staff last year. So sad that he's unable to be with us here today, but we spoke early in the morning, and we exchanged text messages as well. And there's another message that he has sent. He is with us in spirit, and we would like to thank him so much for being there with us, and also to thank his wife, because the time that Adam actually traveled with us on 2 occasions to come to Kitwe, the time we started constructing and all, he was still not feeling well. Mm-hmm. But the wife allowed him to travel with us and to be with us, and I think we just have to thank Mrs. Josephine Jokoto for being supportive and allowing Adam to be with us. Sadly, Tintani, I must mention this, and people must know. On our way to Kitwe, when we were bringing equipment and everything, we suffered an accident on the way. A truck hit into us. It came onto our lane. Even the police saw that we were actually in the right lane, and the truck just came to our lane, hit into our car, damaged the right fender of the car, the driver's door, and I was driving, and Dominic was sitting behind. Dominic was one of the guys that did the construction of this place, the painting, the water, and the design and everything, and we survived. I'm the only one who came out with cuts in that accident. The car was badly smashed, and Adam, in his sick state, came to actually give me first aid. And that was just amazing. It was just touching. But we thank God that we didn't lose our lives on that day because of this project. So we were coming and we were hit into by a truck. This is why I'm saying the sacrifice that people have given to this is immense.
It also speaks to the dedication that Mr. Njokoto has towards quality journalism. And I've been on phone call with him, just getting that clarity as far as editorial content is concerned. And from the story that you've just narrated, it just shows you the dedication towards this project. And we would have wished for him to be here, but like I've mentioned, is in that sick state, and we just wish him a quick recovery. And I'm praying that as the days go by, he might get better and even join the team and just help us in those. He's a big brother, a media guru, I call him.
Yeah.
So we can only wish that he recovers quickly and joins the team, trying to shape this radio station to where we want it to go.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. And when we were in that accident, I must mention, I was driving my wife's car. We borrowed my wife's car, and so I damaged my wife's car, and I'm very guilty that I damaged my wife's car. I owe her a car.
You've got some debt there.
I do, but I must mention that I give her all the credit. I mean, I have been away from home for so long. Sometimes I would stay away for a week, for 2 weeks. So every weekend I have to travel to the Copper Belt, leaving her and the children. And I know the children also miss me. Like right now, I'm away. I've been away for the last 5 days. They are alone. My daughter is going back to school. Well, she was going back to school yesterday. I was not there to see her off. And I know that this has had a toll on my family, my wife, my children, Erica, Josh, and Yande. I just want to say thank you to them for what can I say, for allowing me to do this.
I don't know whether they understand, but I was going to say understanding.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe, okay, they'll understand in future.
Possibly,
maybe
that's the word.
You don't need to tell them now, but I believe in future they'll understand why Daddy wasn't home.
Yeah, most of the
critical
time.
part of their, their lives.
Yeah, I just hope one day we'll retire and then stay home and then be with them. But then probably we'll be retiring when they're old enough, so they'll have their own lives, so they won't need you anymore, So, but anyway, but I want to thank them. I want to thank my wife, Blessings Mapalo. I want to thank Erica, Josh, and Yande for allowing me to be absent from them for so many times. And yeah, it breaks my heart sometimes, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This is Culture Radio, and today we're launching this, and this is Tentani Banda. But you're also Alexander. Why don't you use the name Alexander?
You have to bring that one up.
Yeah, no, because you're Alexander.
When we were born, our parents gave us names, and I was given the name Tentani. Mm-hmm. As I grew up, I thought it wasn't cool enough.
Okay.
So I adopted the name Alexander, but Alexander works in certain situations. When it comes to stuff like work and more serious stuff, I just have to go with
So
Band.
you're in that category of people. When they were growing up, they would, someone is given a name, Nuevo Chalwe.
Mm-hmm.
When it grows up, it's like, no, Chalwe, it doesn't sound cool. So they go and change the name and say, from today onwards, I'm Jimmy Jagger.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
Now, the thing with me is that I think I adopted that name a little bit late.
Okay.
So
it didn't stick?
It did stick, yeah. So,
but is it on your age and is it on your...
No, it's not. So
okay.
you find it on the social media sites.
Okay. So you're Tentani, then we remove that.
With radio anyway. Yeah. If you hear this Alexander on radio, then you know it's Tentani Banda.
That is you. Okay, cool. Nice one. Thank you so much, Tentani. We'll be getting back to you again a little later on the show. But when... I know that some of our members of staff are just coming in for work now. Mm-hmm. So we'll be talking to some of them as they troop in. But thank you so much for coming through.
You're welcome. I'm enjoying the breakfast show.
Thank you. I was, can I confess something? I was extremely nervous, actually. I mean, I would switch on the microphone and then I failed to say anything. I switch it off. I wait again. You know what? This thing, there's nothing like I've been in this thing.
It happens. The jitters always come. Butterflies in the stomach.
I've been in broadcasting for 20 years. This is my 21st year, and I was so jittery, like extremely.
I understand, but I've noticed I've been following you, and as time goes by,
even the mistakes I was making, like I would switch on the microphone, the speakers are on, and then there's boom.
There's that feedback there.
Oh my God.
But I believe you're good now.
Yeah, settling down. settling down.
Okay.
Now, so before you go, do you dance?
I've got two left feet. I believe that's what they say. If you can dance properly, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are putting this on video, and since we're putting this on video, I'm going to play a song for you. I want you to dance.
Really?
Yeah, but
do I have a choice of selecting a song?
No, it's me who's here. So I have the right to give you a song, and I'm going to give you a song. You must dance to it. It's a very danceable song.
Sounds like a challenge.
It's not a challenge. It's just that because I want you to dance.
Okay.
So I'm going to play you a song, and you dance to it because you are the station operations and editorial manager.
Setting the tone.
Yes. So I'll tell you a story. Years back when I was doing radio at Radio Ichengalo and my boss walked in, Mr. Sebastian Zumwanda Mtonga. I think he's around. I need to see that man. I think he's around and he found me playing loud music, because I love fast danceable music. That is what I like. Mm-hmm. And I'm playing and then he walks in. And I was thinking, my boss walks in, finds loud music, and I was thinking, oh my God,
I'm in trouble.
Then he said, yeah, in broadcasting, this is it. This is the only job where your boss can find you dancing and you're making noise and he can't fire you.
I believe that our presenters are even saying, woo.
We'll be watching them. We'll put cameras and so we'll be watching who's dancing and who's not dancing. But we encourage them to dance. So here we are. This is our first today on the radio. Let me start with you, Ndanji. Tell me exactly what you'll be doing. Oh, no, don't tell me. Tell the people who are listening to us. What exactly are you going to be doing here?
Okay, so I will be on the 3 to 18 afternoon drive, yes, the afternoon diary. I'll be with Natty Dub. So we're basically just going to have a good time and, enjoy the session, I guess.
And you'll be talking to a lot of people on the Copper Belt. Now,
Yes.
tell me, how does it feel to be a Coppola, by the way?
Is there such a thing as feeling like how to feel to be a couple? I think it's nice. I enjoy it. But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's fun. It's different. It's Coppola, you know. It's very different. We have that. People think Coppola people are aggressive, but no, we're cool people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Despite the fact that we've got shares in the Black Mountain and everything, but
yes. No, we are cool people.
You know,
definitely.
Tell me about it. Jewel, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you look fresh in the morning.
I'm excited.
You're excited?
I am so excited. It has been so long awaited.
Tell me
and
about
it's
it.
finally here.
Tell me about it. So, how does it feel to be here in the morning?
It feels really good. The energy in here is amazing. I don't know if the people listening can hear it in our voices, but I'm super pumped personally. On my end, I'm here for the spicy and saucy and controversial, air quote, controversial topics. So,
oh my God.
Yes, and I'm coming right after you. So the
yeah.
has been set. So
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll go and sit in that office and start listening to you, and I'm just excited that we have quite a huge pool of talent here with diverse backgrounds and guys with knowledge, information, ideas, and stuff, and of course different age groups, and I think that's quite unique. So, what are you going to be doing between 9 and is it 9 and 12 on your show?
It's from 9 to 12. I don't want to give away my topic, but I'll give you like hints. It's relatable. I think almost everyone who's going to be listening is going to be like, okay. I might not be able to drop names, but from the stories I'm telling, I'm pretty sure people will be able to catch on. Also, I have a very chill, mellow playlist that I'm ready to share and just have fun with.
Okay, so you are just the right person for the mid-mooding.
Yes. Yes.
Nice one. Interesting. I can't wait to be glued to the radio at that time. So this is Culture Radio, and so I have Ndanji and Jewel. But Ndanji, you said you have a different name. It's not Ndanji that will know you for on radio, right? Is it Ndanji?
It's Ndanji, yes.
Ndanji,
yes.
Okay. But Button was saying no. She's going to be called Nda.
No, it's Ndanji.
Anyway, just pulling your leg. Thank you. Great. So we'll be talking to more of Culture Radio stuff as the show progresses, and like I did with Tantani earlier, I'll do the same with Hugh. I'm not going to tell you the song I'm going to play, but
This is Kitwe calling.
It's our inaugural show on 105.7 Culture Radio, coming to you live from Culture House, 5234 Tweed Court Close off Limpopo Drive here in Riverside, Kitwe, and we're so happy to be here. And I'm joined by two more of our members of staff here. I have Dana Kafwala. Dana Kafwala, come on, I said Diana. I said Diana. Diana Kafwala. So, Dana, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
How are
thank
you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Okay, so I didn't say Diana Kafwala.
No, I almost said Danny Kaya.
No, well, maybe because Danny was playing, but no, I didn't want to say that. And also Naomi. Good morning, Naomi.
Morning. How are you?
How are you? You're a little bit far from the mic.
Good morning.
Now that sounds better. You okay?
I'm good.
Okay, you guys worked late last night. I must mention, well, I can let the cat out of the bag. You were working late to prepare for today, which is quite outstanding, and I'm very, very happy that you showed your dedication to be here today. How does it feel to be here today?
I don't even know how to describe the feeling. Like, I'm super excited. This is something that we've been waiting for and just seeing it. But today we finally launched. I don't have the better word to just describe the feeling.
Find a word.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been quite amazing. It's a journey, and we are super excited and a bit emotional at the same time because it's been quite a journey, but yeah, it's kind of exciting.
Exciting, yeah.
It's been a journey. You guys have been here from, is it March last year? March last year. So it's closer to a year, and you have seen this from the scratch until where we are today. It's amazing. It's amazing. So what do you expect now from now going forward?
A lot. We expect a lot. We believe in the culture radio dream. The fact, like, just to put the fact across, what has kept us this far is because we first believed in the dream, the culture radio dream, and this is what has pushed us to this far. So now we are super excited to make sure that we implement the dream and ensure that everything that we've been working on is just
we just want to see everything now come to fruition, because first of all, we know that it hasn't been easy and it's not our doing. This has been God seeing us through it all, and we know what we're expecting to learn more, to grow, to interact, and to bring out the very best, so that even the audience out there, the people, would actually appreciate everything that we'll be doing, more especially that we know that we are surrounded by the very best people with a massive experience, people with a passion, and this is something that has kept us for a year. This is something that has kept us to be part of this thing. We would have decided to leave a long time ago, but because we knew that we were surrounded by people with a passion, and this is all about growing and not trying to make a name for yourself. So, yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'm happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. It's been amazing. You guys have gone through a lot. Dry spells sometimes, and sometimes there's plenty, sometimes there's nothing, and you've stuck on. And I heard from the grapevine that some people were saying, why are you sticking around? Why don't you just go? Because there's absolutely nothing happening there, and you stuck on.
Yeah, for us it has been a growing process. Like, we've grown, we're
more tolerant now. Like,
we've learned a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, not just professionally, but also personal lives. Like, we've learned a lot. It has been a growing process, and from here we believe we'll never be the same, because this is just something that has changed our lives forever, and we've become better people than we came.
Exactly. We've learned quite a lot. Like you've said, it has been a process. It has been a process of ups and downs. It has been a process of learning. It has been a process of interacting. It has been a process of just knowing everything that you didn't know. And in as much as people would think we weren't really doing anything, maybe we were just staying, but no. The fact is, we actually know a lot more now that we weren't even doing anything. If we'll give an example of the first weeks that we came here. Yeah. The interactions that we had, the trainings that we've had, those have been quite helpful. So it has been a process of which we mostly call it a learning process, which has made us to grow and to look at life with another perspective. So yeah, we've learned, we've grown, and yeah, I don't think we know we are ready to do this and willing to put in our very best.
Great. If we all pledge to put in the very best, then we will definitely reap what we are sowing. Not so.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm glad to have you guys around. It's fun to have you around at Culture House. Yeah, sometimes there's noise in the newsroom. Sometimes there's noise in the kitchen about who's cooking, who's doing the dishes and things like that. And we don't even know who's cooking today, do we?
No.
We should find out. But anyway, all the best. This is Culture Radio. 0843 is the time, and we're coming to you live and straight from 5435 Tweed Court Close. This is Culture House. We call the place.
This is Kitwe calling.